Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video I'm going to show you a few different teams you can use for the Obsidian Depths Faction Assault. Nice quick easy team at the beginning to whiz through the early stages, and then some alternatives a bit later on in case you don't have the troops I'm going to show you. Right, first things first, what I always say usually is go and grab the Potion of Enchantment from tier 1 for just 30 gems. You get other stuff too, which is really cool, as well as that potion, which means all your troops start enchanted at the start of every single battle. But what you want to do first, if you were buying it just for that, is check you don't have one anyway. And you can do that by going to Obsidian Depths in your Underworld and taking a look at your Horde level. If your Horde level is at least level 100, you will already be given the Potion of Enchantment. They are stored now, and as long as you are on Horde level 100, you will already have it. If you're below that, look, it disappears. And if you're level 100, you do have it. If you're a newer player, the reason why you want to get your Horde level up is because raising your Horde level basically affects your stats in a big way. Attack, magic, life and armor all get increased, and it makes a massive difference. If I go down to preview Horde level 0, which is the base level you will start on before you've done anything, you will see you have no life, no magic, no armor, no buffs at all. So by coming in here and making sure you get the Horde level up, at least to level 100. I did do a video on how to get it to level 100 in the cheapest way possible, so I'll probably put that in the link below in the description if I remember. I should do. In the shop at the end of tier 4 there is actually a really good weapon which if you have the gems, I would absolutely recommend going and getting this. It explodes gems based on your magic level, then summons an Obsidian Depths troop. The thing I like about this is it explodes gems, not gems of a certain colour. Mountain Crusher is still a really good weapon, for example, but that only explodes brown. If there's not many brown on the board, or if they're all clustered in a certain area, you're not going to get so much mana from it. This just explodes a load of gems, full stop, guaranteeing you get a load of mana, and has a summon. Lots to like about that. I'm absolutely going to be grabbing that one later on. Now, as for the fight itself, a minimum of 5 battles in this delve. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a minimum of 5 battles for this faction assault. You can go around picking off the extra rooms if you like before you do the final stage to increase your room and treasure multiplier. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to be going the shortest possible route. Otherwise, this is going to be like a long video. Or it might not be, it depends upon how fast a team I pick. Speaking of teams, let's take a look. Right, for the first team, we're in a knight team, and this is going to be really fast for the early stages, and will actually last quite a way into this delve before you have to need to consider changing it. We're in the Fell Banner, +2 yellow, +1 purple, -1 green, and we're in knight class. This is really good if you don't have this on level 100 yet, but if you do, you can obviously grab any other class which you think is relevant, but presuming you are in knight class, the talent tree traits are Stonewall, Leading Light, gain 10 armor if in first position. Vanguard, gain barrier at the start, is really nice. Create a light storm at the start is yellow, so that's really good for our King Mikhails. Armor of Light, all troops gain 4 armor. Lightbringer, really cool, brings more yellow for our King Mikhails. And Urska Major, all Urska allies gain 1 attack every turn, so both our King Mikhails are going to benefit from that. So just got to change that around so the weapon is on top, so we benefit from that champion talent there. And it's going to be really straightforward. So all we're going to be doing is charging the team up. We've got Wicked Scythe here. This is a really good lower level weapon. Just deals damage to all enemies in a nice way. Simple as that. Low mana cost. Really easy to charge up. We're going to have a 50% mana start on all troops here because of Sir Quentin Hadley. All knight allies start with 50% mana. So that's why it's, again, good to be in knight class for this. I'm not too worried about the spell because this is going to be really good on the damage for a while on these three. So let's dive in. This is going to be really straightforward. I'll just do the first 4 or 5 fights, whatever it is, and then change the class and show another team. Or not change the class, maybe, show another team. Just for variety's sake, just You don't even have to look at which gem you're going to explode, because we're going to be killing the enemy absolutely outright at first. And on to the next one. Alright, so it's just whichever you like. I'm going to cast Kid Scythe this time, just because it got charged up at the same time. Really, really easy. Just start the game. We've got that potion of enchantment from the stored faction. If you've got it onto at least level 100, you will be able to just have a potion of enchantment without spending any gems, which is really nice. So the combined damage of these top 3 troops in your game will vary on your magic level. So basically what you can do is just go through the level. Like I've got 60 there, 61 again. So 2 of them. So I'm doing like over 180 damage to all enemies before I have to consider changing this team. This is going to be one cast to actually get rid of the enemy. And it gets charged up so fast that it's just gone in one single cast. So this is a nice, easy team to get going on. This will last a while, but like I say, I will change the team after this fight and show you some alternatives. Yeah, let's do this last one. Because not everybody's got 2 King Mikhails. If you haven't, then just put somebody else in there which does damage to all. And if you haven't got Wicked Scythe, then just put something else in there which basically, again, a nice weapon which does damage to all as well. Can't really go wrong. And so Quinton Hadley at the bottom there does do damage to 2 enemies as well. So he's really good for just finishing people off. Right, so let's look at a different team. Now for the second team, this is another really nice, easy to use team. We're in Geomancer class this time. This means all our troops are going to get a 50% start if they're construct, which they are going to be. All construct allies start with 50% mana with that 3rd trait. The champion talents, the main ones are Serendipity, Anti-Magic Sphere, Rock Solid, Stone Mastery. That is really important. It gives an extra brown from a brown match. And the reason why that's important is because we're in the Cavernous banner, which gives +2 brown. And what it basically means is where Chalcedony already has a 50% start in mana because of the class, with that +2 brown from the banner and +1 from the champion talents, it means a single brown match, even if not a mana surge, will be enough to get Chalcedony charged and ready to go. Now, when she casts, she will create 12 brown gems to add to the 3 she starts as part of her spell. So there's going to be an awful lot of brown which is going to charge up the whole team. We've got a 50% start already, remember, so this is kind of crazy easy. Black Manacles, if you have it, will deal damage to all enemies with a 20% chance to devour someone at the same time, which is really, really cool. So just cast that. If you don't have Black Manacles, just type damage to all in the search bar and see what other weapons you can have which do damage to all, because if they use brown it is better, because obviously the way Chalcedony charges up the whole team. But if not, you're still going to get it charged up anyway by random drops, because Chalcedony changes the board so much it is crazy. We can use a Craghound to supplement damage on other troops, deals damage to 2 random enemies, then creates 3 Gargoyle Gems, which are of the evil type. So they inflict negative status effects on the enemy, which is pretty cool. And Zernabog is there for a couple of reasons. It conjures a Dust Storm when his turn begins, which is brown. We want lots of brown for this team, and we will get it with a Dust Storm. As well as that, it creates and then explodes an absolute load of gems based on your magic level. So that will generate mana anyway, but also means we're going to take out those Gargoyle Gems if we need them. So another really easy, quick team to use. So let's dive in. Do love Geomancer class, absolutely superb. One of the best classes out there for me already. So any brown match, we've got Chalcedony ready to go and Black Manacles, and we cast and win. And everybody got charged up, look, that was really fast. Do love teams with a 50% start, particularly on Guild Wars Day. Particularly important get a good start on Guild Wars. So we're looking for any brown or purple to start. If you don't have it, like we have got a purple, but I'm going to imagine that's not there for the benefit of the video. You can cast a Chalcedony to take someone out and generate more brown for the team. That should have got someone charged up, as it did anyway. So that's why it is better to have a brown weapon if you can in this team. But if you haven't got one, just pick anything else which is damage to all and is one that you like. But if you do have black manacles, and half the time, then it's going to get charged up pretty much straight away. You can put black manacles at the top if you so desire. It's just with Chalcedony on the later stages, you're going to want to get her charged up as quickly as possible. And this team here will actually last a really long way in this faction assault, because if you've seen my other videos, or you know what Chalcedony does with her looping mechanic, creating in this team what would be 15 brown gems in total when she casts. With that storm from Zernabog, the chances are we're going to get a massive loop going on and be able to cast, just repeat cast, this loop literally 19 times out of 20. With that storm and 15 brown gems appearing, because remember, once that storm gets going, you're actually getting more and more brown there all the time. So it's actually quite difficult to actually not keep the loop going. I've done a video the other day where I've done a level 500 delve with Chalcedony, and it was just 3 times Chalcedony and a weapon, and I didn't need to do anything apart from keep casting Chalcedony. It was that easy, and the enemy didn't even get to cast once. It was pretty superb. Right, so that's a team that will last quite a long time into this. If you want to keep on going with that one too, you surely can, but let's look at another team. Right, next one along, let's see what's next. Dark Golem, Onyx, Gargoyle ×2 and Chromite Sphinx. Right, this is a team specially designed if you are newer to the game. There's no legendaries in this, obviously no mythics, but lower level troops. 2 times Atlanta. She's really good at dealing damage to all enemies. We've got a couple of those. If you don't have 2 Atlantas, just pick someone else that does damage to all if you can, and ideally if they don't mana block. So it's better to have opposite colours to use previously, because when you cast a Leprechaun, you explode a load of colours and therefore pick up all sorts of different colour mana, and if you have different colours, you obviously gain more most of the time. We're still going to have black manacles in first place. Love that 20% chance of a devour and the damage to all enemies. We're in archer class this time. Really good to have a 50% start with mana, and a 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal is pretty cool. In the champion talents, the main ones are Hunter's Mark, Root Trap. Entangling the first enemy at the start is really important if you're a newer player. Those skulls can be very damaging, and the less you have of those, the better. Right, so pretty straightforward again. No 50% start on Atlantas, but we do with black manacles because of archer class's trait. The banner for this is going to be +2 purple, +1 brown, -1 blue, silver banner. Right, so should be fairly straightforward again. Lots of damage combined from both the Atlantas and the black manacles. We can grab that. May as well get that anyway. When, for example, black manacles is not going to kill everybody in a single cast here, this is for benefit of newer players, then you are better off casting Leprechaun now, because that charges up the Atlanta first, because the Atlanta is now ready to go, and you can now cast black manacles back to back. Black manacles then Atlanta. Otherwise it could be slower charging that, even the first Atlanta, because obviously black manacles does use purple at the same time as Atlanta. So same again. Do like damage to all on these things. Again, we're not going to kill the enemy outright with black manacles, so we'll Might as well get that anyway, otherwise the AI will pinch it. We'll grab that straight away for Atlanta. This means we don't have to waste time when casting these. We can cast Black Manacles first and Atlanta second. And the second Atlanta was nearly ready to go to mop up anybody that left lingering behind. You had the cheek to survive. And poor skulls with this as well. You always got that 15% chance of getting that instant kill, which is really cool. And of course the 20% chance of a devour from Black Manacles. So 2 chances in this team to get a really quick kill. So a nice lower level team if you're newer to the game. Not sure if I said it already, but if you don't have Black Manacles, just swap it round for any other good damage to all weapon. Even Wicked Scythe is really good. Although ideally you'd want something that didn't mana block. Atlanta. Mana block is when basically you use the same colours, which means, for example, if only purple was available and I wanted to get Atlanta charged, but Black Manacles are just being cast, so we're starting again from 0, the purple would go onto Black Manacles on not Atlanta, making it harder for her to get charged. May as well get that blue anyway, or not, because it exploded. And now we'll cast Leprechaun to pick up what we need for Atlanta. Again, now you can take it one step further. You don't have to do the complicated mathematics trying to work out if you're going to have enough to kill these or not. You can actually get some mana now. Now we can cast everybody back to back. Next Atlanta. The second Atlanta's charged. Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt, and everybody's dead, Dave. Imagine Atlanta firing her arrows into the air like that, killing everyone, and going back to the hero and saying, everybody's dead, Dave. And you saying, my name's not Dave. Oh, okay. Whatever. So for this last team, this is going to be mainly aimed at newer players again, and how you can do the later levels. This is not one of the really later levels, of course, but it's just a good team to show how you can progress through levels with a relatively weak team. What we got here is Keystone in first place, then Sunbird, Fornessa and Moonrabbit. This is a really nice protective team. Keystone, what this does, it gains a barrier which is going to protect you from a hit, then give a big amount of life to an ally, cleanse and enchant them. This is really, really cool. What you're going to do, you're going to park this onto Sunbird, because Sunbird deals scatter damage boosted by its life, dies and rises from the ashes. So that's going to boost up the damage considerably, but we have a fast start, or empowered start battles with full mana with both Fornessa and Moonrabbit. Both start with full mana and both give life to all other allies. Moonrabbit also blesses the first ally, which is a super cleanse basically. And Fornessa does the same kind of thing, gives life to all allies, boosted by the damage dealt, as well as dealing damage to an enemy equal to their attack. So really good. We can cast these before we do anything else, causing damage to the opposition, giving ourselves more life to Sunbird, getting ourselves a bless on the first ally. So a really nice protective team, and boosting up Sunbird's damage massively, which I'll show how you do. The banner for this, +2 a purple, +1 red, -1 brown banner of sin. And the class is a Geomancer. Nice to have that 50% star and damage reduction. The talent trees, the main ones are Serendipity, Anti-Magic Sphere. We don't need that because we got it anyway, so we'll have Tactician. Rock Solid, really good to have a barrier when we collect brown. Bonus brown is good, but not essential for this, so we'll have a Tree of Knowledge instead. And Fortitude. Alright, so I'll just show how this one works. So you can start off, obviously collecting 4 matches if any become available. You don't always need to cast this straight away. It does convert blue to yellow. That's not absolutely Essential, we can cast 4 Nessa first, deals damage. So the more powerful the enemy, the more damage it does. But the key to this is giving life to our Sunbird, which is now on 244. So we can now cast a Moon Rabbit if we so desired. I'm going to do it anyway, even if we're not going to get a 4 match. Because now the boost on this is plus 301. So as soon as we get that charged, it's going to do a load of damage. See you later. And then you can get the team charged up and repeat the process if you need to. So really easy. Quite a lot of the team's going to be charged up or given extra power just by these two. Whoever's got the highest attack is going to be doing the most damage. We only done 30 on them, but the key to it is boosting up our Sunbird's life. The more life that thing has, the more damage it does. I'm not even going to look to see if we get a 4 match. It doesn't actually matter too much. We can then get a load more life for this. This is going to be plenty at 304. And that's without actually casting the troop at the top yet, which you saw. You may have seen their life was up to 300 and something in my case. Obviously it's based on your magic level, on your level in the game. So if you're a lower level, that will be less than that. But to show it, we've got 198 life at the moment in this example. We'll cast 4 Nessa on Florian. Now on 265 life on the first troop, 245 life on Sunbird, 237 on 4 Nessa. And now we'll cast this anyway. We're now on 322 life, 302, 294, 249. So really good surviving sort of team. It's like going to be hard to kill. We get a barrier if we collect brown if we want. We can collect red if we want to get this keystone charged up. This is what happens just out of interest if we now cast this. We can cast this onto Sunbird. There's no need for this. This is just demonstration for the video. We're now doing a boost of 409. More than enough. And I love 4 Nessa. It's like basically the stronger the enemy, the more damaging it does on high level delves and stuff. She is pretty handy for causing a lot of damage and giving a boost to life to all your allies. So we'll cast this again. They've got 34 attack. So I've done 34 damage, but the key to that is giving more life to our allies. This is charged up. The boost is 305. That's probably not enough just yet, so we can cast 4 Nessa again. Or let's cast our keystone onto Sunbird. Now the boost is 412. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that's enough. Let's just do a bit more damage first and create that boost up to 481. That should be plenty now. And we had Moon Rabbit ready at the bottom to actually cast again, which would have given life to the rebirthed Sunbird. So again, this is super easy. Should have maybe shown this team first, if anything, but hey ho. Good things come to those who wait if you're a newer player and all that jazz. So let's cast Moon Rabbit. Can cast 4 Nessa again, why not? Now doing 386 boost, but let's chuck Keystone onto Sunbird first. Now we've got 493 boost. Don't know how they survived. Did they have some sort of protection widget or spell reduction? Oh, I think they've got spell reduction, haven't they? But anyway, yeah, nice easy team there for doing this faction assault as well. So there's the teams, there's the video. If you found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you hit that like and subscribe button, because it really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. Don't forget to grab your rewards as you go along. Vault key, chaos shards, mythic ingots and other stuff. Thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.